What's up, wrestling fans? We got news. Bray Wyatt's got that new stable where all those members of the Six might be actually joining Bray Wyatt. And guys, guess what? Remember when I said years ago that my buddy, former acquaintance, Top Rope Promotions nearby, the man that killed me once, the Horror King, the King himself, and of course the man who was the leader of Inc. Sanity, Vinny Marseglia, could be joining the WWE to be a part of the Wyatt group, and that could be what's happening now after I said it, years ago. Of course, many of you might have said it because they just kind of seem like they would go together. Looks like something like that might be happening. My name is Joe Cronin. We got some other news. Any comments, questions, or whatever you have leading to that news or about anything in the world whatsoever, leave in the comments down below, and leave a super thanks down below if you want to support my channel and keep me going here live on YouTube. Tonight is AEW Dynamite, so we'll talk a little bit about that. As far as the Bray Wyatt stuff, I'm tapped out, not that interested. Could have all these members showing up, no doubt about it. I believe it. I don't just care much to talk about it that much, though, to be honest. Conrad Thompson addresses the possibility of Vince McMahon hosting a podcast with him. Of course, that podcast would be called Two Dickheads Who Cheat on Their Wives. It'd be a great podcast. No, I'm just kidding about that, by the way. I'm joking. It's a joke, although Vince actually does do that. I doubt Conrad Thompson does that. In fact, I really like Conrad Thompson. I'm kidding. Hopefully you can take a joke. But I really do like Conrad Thompson. I love Vince McMahon, too. God, I don't really know Vince, though. Conrad, is a good guy. But, the two of them, a podcast with Vince, especially if it was a series. Conrad Thompson was able to secure a series of podcasts with Vince McMahon, starting with, every year. Maybe they couldn't go into every year like he did with Bruce Pritchard, but doing a podcast with Vince McMahon about the 80s, the 90s, the Attitude Era, and everything after that in a series of 3 to 5 or so, that would be simply incredible. And if they could do that, that'd be amazing. And how surreal that Vince McMahon wouldn't be on WWE TV for a while, but he'd be doing these off-brand, podcasts, you know what I mean? The places where we would normally wait for the wrestlers to go so that we could hear from them, but only once they were released by the WWE. Who would have Vince McMahon essentially being separated from the WWE and then doing those podcasts? If this were to happen, it's still a bit of a stretch. That's this would happen anyway, so I don't know. At this point, I don't know much else about wrestling. Is so simmered down right now. Vicky Guerrero confirms that she owns the trademark to her popular catchphrase of "Excuse me now," that's good for her. That's really good for her. But there's just not a lot of juicy news. Stevie Ray has a regret from his WWE Hall of Fame career, Hall of Fame worthy career. Yeah, the regret is he didn't make the Hall of Fame. Like it wasn't even. Stevie Ray's cool though, man. But let's not be crazy. And that's just about it. Tonight is AEW Dynamite, and thanks to Skittles, who became a $25 producer on Patreon, there's a bunch of Diablo 4 news today for all you PC people out there. Diablo 4, tons of news dropping. I've been playing the beta, the behind the scenes. What do you want to call it? Like the closed beta. I've been playing the closed beta for a while. I've really liked it. And, I kind of have gotten used to Diablo 3 so much, it's actually hard in a way to switch back to the old way of playing, which is weird to say, but anyway, we'll get into that later. AEW Dynamite preview tonight. I really don't have much on AEW Dynamite tonight. Probably an update or, another promo from MJF. And everything else, maybe Jade Cargill has something to do, but the notes on tonight's show are fairly loose, and they're not etched in yet, to be honest. So I know that Samoa Joe is going to put his AEW TNT belt on the line against Darby Allin. So to me, that'd be interesting. But it's Max Caster and Anthony Bowens of the Acclaim. They're defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against Dax and Cash. So there's quite a few things going on here that could make potentially AEW Dynamite really good tonight. There is a potential for a really good show as far as wrestling goes, for like 2 really solid matches, and then on top of that, the fun and maybe some good promo stuff to happen. So tonight potentially could be one of the better shows in the past 3 to 4 weeks, which I'm looking forward to. I really, really hope it's good so I can give it a 7 or 8. I'll take a 7 or 8. I would love an 8 tonight out of AEW Dynamite, but we don't know if we're going to get that tonight on AEW Dynamite, so we'll see. So I hope you guys can support the channel and get all the bonus content on Patreon. You guys know if you become a patron, you can download the app on your phone, tablet, whatever. My God, you have 286 posts on Corrupted Podcast. Morning Madness, over 200 episodes. Go relive my solo podcasts of Morning Madness, where I just, rant on things and talk about stuff. Note to self, where wherever I am, I can at least pick up my phone and record an audio message. And there's 63 more other shows, that you can click on. From the Jake and Joe, me and Jake DeMarco's 30 episodes of our solo podcasts. There's so many here. Till Death Do Us podcast with me and my wife, Final Frontier News. There's just a ton of shit you can get into here in series that you haven't heard maybe. And you get almost all of it for $5. For $1, you get a ton of it. 75% of the content can be heard for $1, I think. Or maybe it's a little less than that, but it's close. $5, you get 99% of it. So check out patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you for becoming a producer. If you've gone up to the producer level, the new producer tiers will be out coming up. And I want to thank Skittles for joining Patreon again. He's back. Todd Fair for going up to the $100 spot with Sith freaking Negan. And, of course, they are mega supporters. Plus, Todd Fair, Brian Jardine, Alan Stober, Snarkbait, Colonel Stutters, Dion Edwards, Stevio, James Begg, Sith Negan, V-Man, Nikki J, the Weed God, Drew Bar 100, Matt Rossmeyer, Alex O'Donnell, Khalil Alabama, of course, Skittles. Welcome back to Skittles. And if you can become a producer for Christmas, that's my Christmas present. Become a producer of the show on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show for $25 a month. You can make me erect. Now, if there are other news elements, other things you guys want to talk about, leave in the comments down below. I think I'm also going to drop a video on my football picks this coming week. So we might get into that as well coming up. So I enjoy it. Please leave comments on this video. If you can't donate, you can't super thanks, you can't like, you can't subscribe, you can't hit the stupid bell and make your insides shiver, and you can't become a producer or become a patron for $1 a month, if you can't do any of that, what you can do is leave a comment about football, wrestling, life, the world, Diablo, whatever, and I will respond to it in my next video. All the comments under this video, if it's valid, I will respond to it. But, of course, remember on Patreon, too, Q&A on Patreon's coming up, so look for that as well. And that's about all I got to say here, man. Once you're done leaving those comments down below and you made it to the end of this video, write 69 Ryback's mother in the comments down below if you can. And here's some other videos now that are popping up that you might have missed. You don't want to go to Patreon. You don't want to drop a super thanks. You don't want to hit the like button. You already left a comment. Well, keep watching my channel so YouTube alerts you to all my stuff. Click them.